either want a show car or you want a driver. You can't have both. That's the way to put it. You can't have both.
Sell the car? I had no intention of ever selling the car until when Jason finished the 1967 Shelby and handed me the keys. I felt a sense of, now what?
It's a big responsibility to have a car that's worth $500,000 like that, and what do you do with it, you know?
I realized what I had in my hands is a show car. How many times have I gone to a car show and just photographed cars?
Going to Dallas, going to hang out with the Shelby family. We're going to be showing a car.
Yeah.
I forgot. You're in the Hall of Fame now. You'll be signing autographs, so you're big now. So
yeah, right.
Jason's a famous one now. He's the one that's going to be signing autographs. What are you talking about?
Well, he'll be going to the Hall of Fame pretty soon.
Yeah, he's playing the game, huh?
You know you're in Hereford. Wow, what is this? A Ford what?
What, truck?
Uh-huh.
Ford F-250. Big red.
See, what I needed.
Get us there today, hopefully.
Something big to haul a trailer. I was going to be a show car guy. I mean, look at the size of that monster. What would that cost? I bet 50 grand wouldn't touch it. That enclosed trailer, got to be 20 grand.
That would have been another $100,000 there, you know.
Ooh, that looks good, don't you?
Sometimes they'll drive them in. A lot of times they'll winch them in, push them in. Usually takes more than one person.
Can I get paid Dukes of Hazzard?
He means crawl out the driver's side window.
Exhale before you get out. It might just make it.
But there's enough room to open the door.
What do you think, huh?
Just kind of slide out of there. Now, have I strapped down a car before on a trailer? No. I've put down a couple of loops and had somebody check it when I was helping them. But this is a process that requires expertise, and if you make a mistake, you can damage your car severely. So what is that engine in that thing, or what?
Power stroke. Gonna keep us all moving in the right direction today. We got a 6-hour trip to Dallas from Big Hereford. Did you know that?
And it takes a special person to have cars and trucks they can trailer them with. I know.
Got a big trip today.
About 330 miles, so.
Gonna be good. Excited. We're going to the Big Boy Show again. We haven't done this in a while. So we're gonna feel just like we're riding.
You haven't done this in a while. I've never done it. I mean, trailering my own car. Well, you're actually doing it, Jeff, but I'm along for the ride. And let me tell you, the paint on this car, Jason said it's the best paint job he's ever done. Spent a long time on it. It's like liquid glass. Do you really want to drive this thing much? Man, I couldn't wait to get to this show. I was about to be there among some of the best Shelbys in the world. For the first time in my life, I would have what just might be the sharpest Shelby out there. My Shelby 289 Cobra Roadster, owned it 27 years. In the 1990s, I drove it in Mustangs across America from LA to Texas. Ran out of gas in Arizona, drove through a snowstorm. The car was a good original, repainted the body and detailed the engine. It made 5 or 6 shows. That's it. Fun car, but not a show car, a driver. This red Shelby is my first full-blown show car. I mean, that engine is rebuilt. We're running original BJ, BK dual 4 carburetors, and this GT-500 runs as good as it looks. You could take this to the track today and it would perform as good or better than it did in 1967. One of 48 candy apple red 4-speed GT-500s built for 1967. Okay, so Jason and Tiffany drive into the show to get our spot. The first car I see is a Ford GT. SCAT, Shelby Cobra Association of Texas. They host this show. A big deal. Lots of exotic Fords and Shelbys are here, but I think 60s Cobras are so rare and valuable. Vast majority you're going to see here are high quality kit cars, continuations, replicas from builders like Factory 5 and Super Performance. and late model, high performance and specialty Mustangs, which I was navigating around as they came into the show to get to the top of the hill where I could see the vintage Mustangs and Shelbys parked. My car would be up there, I thought. But as I poured over the vintage Mustangs and Shelbys, no, my red car was not there. So I got on the phone just to see exactly where it was, if it had made it or what happened. And I was directed to the bottom of the hill. And on my walk down the hill, I look to my right and spot Dan Bailey. He's arrived from Nebraska, the man who found the car in Nebraska.
Thank you for letting me come to this, Jerry.
He was always so surprised how fast Jason restored the car. He passed away last year, so had he not been here, he would have missed it. So happy he got to see it, and the look in his eyes I was trying to get just as he spotted the Shelby.
Can't believe that car. Wow.
Yeah, because he saw it in the barn, and it's done.
Unbelievable.
And Dan, I hope you understand why I want to sell the Shelby. My goal was to get it up to Nebraska, to your old Ford dealership that you just acquired in Tecumseh, Nebraska, and show it. But you died.
This is John and Kirk's little sister.
Oh,
This was my dad's car.
Unfortunately, neither Kirk or John, her two older brothers, could make the 600-mile trip from Nebraska to Dallas, Texas. Dan wanted to meet Jason White, who restored the Shelby.
Dan Bailey. Yep.
Listen to what he has to say.
I told Jerry, I said, Jason is not a body man. He's an artist.
He always had kind words for people. Wasn't one to complain. He is sorely missed by the car community in Nebraska. My decision to sell, the case of restoration fever, I wanted to do this again. Take a car from this to this. And in the process, create a step-by-step video showing close-up details, nothing speeded up, no gatekeeping, just show me how it's done. And one day it is done, and the car looks like it rolled off the assembly line. I discussed this with Bob Perkins. You know, Bob, we built this car as perfect as we could because we're doing a video on how to restore. People say, well, we'll just drive it, drive the wheels off of it. But I don't think that's very smart.
No, why would you ruin all the time that you spent? And the other thing is, you've probably put parts on that that are irreplaceable regardless of how much money you want to spend. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make any sense. Either you want a show car or you want a driver. You can't have both. That's the way to put it. You can't have both.
Well, here's the other thing. I don't have a truck and trailer, and I don't know that I want to spend that kind of money that it would take to get there.
And that would have been another $100,000 there, you know. Most guys have a pickup truck, you know, that are in the cars. It's not so much the truck that's an issue, it's having an enclosed car trailer.
I mean, as soon as I got the car, I thought to myself, how am I going to show this without a trailer? I just like to drive cars. I always drove my Cobra. And you know what? That's Dan Bailey in the passenger seat of that car. Jason White at the wheel. You know how he restores cars? He's even better behind the wheel. I think Jackie wanted to sit in the car, so just take a seat, see what you think. So do you remember it sitting in the barn?
Oh yeah.
Shut the door and see what you think.
It literally came to our house 2 months before I was born. So I was not even born when this car came to the farm. And then I would go out there all the time growing up because my great aunt and uncle lived up the road and still owned the land and the house and everything. So we kept three-wheelers down in the shop where it was at. So every time we'd go get to the three-wheelers or whatever else, other stuff was in that shop, we'd get to see it. So
how did your two brothers wind up with the car?
So our dad passed when we were kids, and I was 8, they were 10, 12, 13, and so it was all of ours. And then my sister and I sold our shares to the boys because that was the only way we thought anything would ever get actually done with it. You know, they don't want to put the money and the work into it if we own part of it too, which is fair.
Well, how's it feel to see it all restored?
It's awesome. It is awesome.
If I take out and drive it, then, you get paint chips.
Paint chips, road rash on the underside. Your tires start to show the wear on them, and to say probably 98% of the people that go to a regular car show, they just know that, hey, that's a red 67 Shelby, and that thing's super rare, and it's got 2 4-barrel carburetors under the hood.
I mean, the fun was restoring it. I want to do another one.